Welcome back, dear students, to class. In this lesson, we are going to talk about Bitcoin and the first introduction of what we know as cryptocurrencies today. So we are going to learn a lot, because it's good we have the history of how these things come to be. So that's what this lesson is going to be. And like I told you, as you are on your journey with this course to become a Web3 developer, smart contract developer, blockchain developer, understanding the history of blockchain and all those things is an essential, non-negotiable things. And that's what this first course aim to do for you. So welcome to a comprehensive exploration of Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency that sparked the blockchain revolution. So Bitcoin is the first blockchain we know officially, or whatever you want to call it, that existed. The lesson is designed for beginner. Let's dive into the origin, mechanism, and profound impact of Bitcoin on digital world. So these are the things we learn in this lesson. So the genesis: Bitcoin conceptualized and launched in 2009 by an unknown person or group, under the pseudo name called Satoshi Nakamoto, represent the first implementation of a cryptographic currency. If you have been following the previous lesson, you have idea of what a cryptography is. So cryptographic currency, now short to cryptocurrency. So now we don't know if it's a single person, even if it is he or she or they or them. It's anonymous. And I think that is what contributed to the success of Web3 and blockchain like we know it today. Because when you look at a lot of political divide, a lot of, you don't want to, if this is coming from the north, people in the south, you should understand politically, don't want to use it. If this is coming from the east, it is a spy on the west. So if this is coming from the west, why should you at the east accept it? Because that could be a sabotage. You understand all those things? So all these things would have crushed crypto and crushed Web3. But good that these guys or these ladies or these companies or this group of people or even this government realized that and stayed anonymous, which till date no government, nobody, no individual can publicly, authoritatively say it, that they know who this person are. And that had made it from 2009, now years after, over 10, 12, 15 years, depending on when you'll be watching the video, calculate it, after this has become something huge. So that's the genesis of how that began. And Bitcoin transaction mechanism, how does it work? Bitcoin operates on a unique transaction model known as unspent transaction output, UTXO. So you would have seen this. Unlike account-based model like Ethereum, UTXO track individual transaction output, ensuring transparency and security in Bitcoin ledger. So there's a difference between the transaction of Bitcoin. Now, this is a blockchain. We've already learned about blockchain. We've learned about smart contract, and we've known how this blockchain works together. So let's say this is Bitcoin blockchain, and this is how it works together. So how does that transaction get done? The transaction that is done on that blockchain, let's try to move this. The transaction that is done on the blockchain use the UTXO. So for example, if you have a dollar bill, or you have, let's use this. You have this wallet, like a blockchain, this is your wallet, let's say equivalent to your pocket. You have different bill. You have like $1, $10, $20, and $50. Understand? You can spend this money. Now, if you want to buy something that is like, let's say $60, you can take this, or let's say, okay, you want to buy $65. Good. If you take this and this, you get 60. But then, if you take this, that's 61. So you may need to take this whole bill and send it to the person you want to purchase from, which is normally what happens today. I want the blockchain something to show, which is usually what we see today. Yeah. Good. So we have this now. Then you want to spend it to maybe a cashier, buy anything or whatever you are buying. So you are purchasing this. Now, when you are purchasing from what I said, normally you will need to take this 3 bill, take it here, and then at the end of the day, when you send, you will end up sending the total of what? $80 bill here. And then when you are done, they give you back a balance. You get back a balance. Let's say here, okay, I think it's better up here. Yeah, you have $80 bill here. And then over here, how many will you get? You're buying for 65. Purchase $65. Good. So now when you want to get back, yeah, you can't surely get 80 when you didn't get the payment free. You'll be able to get back 80 minus 65, that should be 15. Balance. Now, when you get back balance, I'm taking my time because I know I'm talking to beginners. So if you're already a pro in blockchain experience, you may not need these lessons, this course. You can start the programming aspect, the actual coding courses like the front end for Web3, back end, and all those things. But this, I'm doing this course to carry those that never even maybe heard of Web3 before, or just had it as, oh, Bitcoin is going up, this and things that, but they want to be a developer. They never even coded before. They are Web2 developer. They want to dive into Web3. So they need a solid understanding. So those are what these lessons are for. That's why I'm taking my time to break it down. So if you already have the know-how, you are free to skip it. $15 balance. So this goes here, this comes back, and you purchase this. Now, when you talk about the Bitcoin kind of UFO something, I'm coming. This Bitcoin blockchain. So the way it does its own thing, let's try to say we are connecting it here. The way it does it with that transaction, yeah. So the way it does this transaction is just normally how you will do it. It will take, you have this money, it will take this bill, because each of it like represents a bill. And this is based on how you yourself receive the money. Maybe you receive $10, you receive $20, you receive 50, you understand, things like that. So it will take this transaction, which we call the UTXO transaction. It will take that here. Let's put it here. Yeah. It will take this transaction, take it here, you finish the point, and give back your balance of 15. So that's why if you go and check Bitcoin Explorer, you see some changes going back to somebody's something. It's not that they are getting free money or something. It's usually balance of the transaction they have done. That is different from how other balance-based transaction, like we said here, unlike account-based transaction like Ethereum handles purchase and things like that. So we'll see that in the coming lesson for Ethereum. But at least this gives you a breakdown when you hear UTXO and things like that. So imagine you have a wallet with various banknotes and things like that. Then how is it secured? We call the SHA-256 algorithm. Bitcoin employed the SHA-256 cryptographic algorithm for hashing. This algorithm is vital for mining process. We've told you Bitcoin used proof of work. Ethereum also used POW previously, but has now transitioned to POS, proof of stake, which we have discussed on previous lesson. So SHA, the algorithm is vital, creating a secure and immutable ledger. Each of these blocks is referred to as a ledger. So in the blockchain, SHA stands for Secure Hash Algorithm 256 byte or bit, and is core component of Bitcoin architecture, especially in the mining process. A hash algorithm is like a unique digital fingerprint for data. SHA-256 takes input like transaction data and produce a fixed length 256 byte string that appear random but is consistent for the same input. You understand? So an example said you have a magic machine. Whenever you feed a book into the machine, it gives you a unique code. If you put the same book in, you get exact code. But if you change even just aspect of that book, or on page 1 they put D, you remove E, then it will not work again. Find the hash that meets. You understand? If you change even tiny part, the code changes drastically. So that is, I've explained in the blockchain previously as well. That's why this could be secured. When I told you that hash is handled by that 256 hash algorithm. Now that 256 hash algorithm, let me see if I can get any. I think there are websites online. Good. You have known I use Presage a lot when I'm searching. So it's a Web3 based search platform, and when as you search, you also earn free pre-token. So you can try them out. If you are interested, you can let me know. I may give you my affiliate link to sign up. So now this SHA, this is a site. So SHA hash calculator, subin.com tools, things like that. Now let's test this. I like to code. Let's calculate. Do you see it? Look at the hash. If we copy it and let's go back here and just put this, then look at the hash, look at what is showing. And let's go back again. Showing hard, close. Let me just put space. and calculate the hash again. Did you see that everything changed entirely? Look at that. Everything changed. If I put it here, you can see it clearly that they are no more the same. So if I created this block based on whatever content I love to code, you understand what I'm saying, and got this, and then I do this, the same. For example, if you do different thing, the programming university, let's see, calculate, see that. You can see things change. Then let's do the programming. Let me try this. Change this capital P to small p. Let's see if it has effect. Can you imagine? Do you see it now? Just changing from copy. So it's so accurate to the teeth, like to the detail. Like I'm telling you, like any little, these are one of those things that keep Bitcoin secure. Everything changed. Let's copy this now, and you can see that you cannot compare it with this, and it's still the same, the programming university. The only thing that changed, let me put it side by side, was this capital P being changed to small p. And look at how this differs a lot. Can you imagine that? So that's how secure this is. So if I said, okay, these transactions, be it millions of transactions or whatever I've done, is what created this for me, and I have it, and later somebody go behind the scene and just change, even didn't say, oh, you shouldn't use capital, use small, I wouldn't get this again. And then that will tell me that, come, you can't deceive me here. My data has been tampered with. So it's like a tamper proof. You understand what I'm saying? These are part of the fascinating things that got me hooked with Web3, with blockchain, when I started discovering them. This is so interesting. You understand what I'm saying? So anything, you can imagine that, like, people want to publish list of people to pay, and then some people can just slot in, like we see in different places in the world now, and then they can use something like this to ensure the name that was authorized is the only one that gets paid. You change somebody that was meant to get 1,000, you change it to 10,000, just 10, everything will change. You understand? If I change this also, instantly, do you see it? Space this, return this, you will see it can't give me that first one again. Let's see, 51. You see, but if I return back this same thing, that's the good part, I will get back precisely what I got. 58F1. Can you see it? F1 17 1FF. So with this now, I'm always sure that if you like go and tamper with whatever is there, if I don't get back this is not valid. So that's how this block are being connected. So that's why, like, oh, that's why it's, don't be deceived people that just say Bitcoin is going to zero or those things. No, because they fail to understand technology behind it. It's not just somebody tuning money up or tuning something down. No, these things are secured by this. So if somebody now come and want to change, slotting fake transaction inside this block now, the moment they attempt to get that done, this or something will change, or this will disconnect, and then that block will get discarded. And like, no, this is scam. You understand what I'm saying? And there are punishments for that, slashing, reward, and all those things, or banning and all those things. So those are the basic things you need to understand. That's the power. Do you find this intriguing. So if you got any question, don't forget, for the lesson, always make use of the comment under the specific lesson. So those are the things that make it much secure, and in fact make Web3. That's why this is different from, it's a cryptocurrency different from your normal bank digital currency that bank managers can tune. No, this one nobody can just tune, because it's a consensus. You have seen it yourself, because it's secured by this. You change everything and makes it trustless. I don't need to trust you. You have told me, every one of us has agreed that the transaction done to get this is this. Whatever is inside there, I don't care. What I know is that if you try to mess up with anything here, remove a letter, you come back here, you get and say, no, this is not what we have. So you have to go back and make things right. Then you get it back. And one thing about this algorithm also is that you cannot feed this back and get what we put in. Let's try it. This is it. You cannot reverse engineer it like, okay, what about if I'm able to know the transaction they did? Then I can know what to. If you take the hash and put it into that same chart, it's one way. If you put it here, you will not be able to get the output. You see, it wasn't outputting the programming invested for me. You understand what I'm saying? So, but if I want to get this back, you try it, it will do the same thing. But if I want to get this back and I do the programming university again, I'll get back my hash, which was the same hash I pasted. If you check them, you understand? But I can't reverse. So it's a one way. It moves one way. It doesn't allow you. That's what makes it harder to be broken. So you can't reverse engineer it to know what is there, so that you can now manipulate what is there. No, is either you know what is there or you don't know it. You know. So if I give you this hash now, and I told you, can any one of you crack this hash, and you bring it here and say, you can't know it. You understand what I'm saying? Because except you know what I used to create it. So those are part of things that make Bitcoin more secure. And we have said about the true identity of the creator, Satoshi Nakamoto, is not known till date. So Bitcoin's impact on blockchain. Bitcoin not only introduced currency, but also the underlying blockchain technology. Success inspired the creation of numerous other cryptocurrency and blockchain platforms. So that's shaping the modern digital economy. So the founder of Ethereum tried to propose Bitcoin to also take in smart contracts to be on blockchain, but it was pushed back then, which led to the creation of the second blockchain that ever exists, which also was the first smart contract blockchain that now give us so Bitcoin is more of a store of value, though there are a lot of things now trying to bring in smart contract, but for now it's still far in the future to be without issue. Even Ethereum got hooked up with a lot of transactions and become costly and things like that. So that's it. I remain Solomon Foske of the Programming University. Keep the programming spirit alive. Your chance to succeed with this skill, and please always do good to humanity and nature with your knowledge and programming skill to make the world and the universe a better place for us all. Peace, and see you in the next lesson.